Hey y'all, what is up? Happy Monday. Happy last day of November. Happy weekend after Thanksgiving, whatever you want to call it. Happy, happy, happy. The sun is shining. It's actually really bright down here in South FLA. The mister and I, we just finished pounding the pavement. We did 4 miles to top off the end of November, but this is going to be a very special episode today. So you all are going to hang out with me, but not the way you think you are. Stay tuned. Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Roshana Reveals. And tonight we will be coming to you from our new, what is this? Studio? Is it a studio?
Recording studio?
Our new recording studio, yes, our new recording studio. So we are going to do this Pounding the Pavement segment from our new recording studio. And if you guys haven't noticed in the 3 seconds that I've been talking already, what is behind me? That is a picture of the logo that the mister here did for my birthday, right? This was my birthday present and it's so beautiful. It's like a metal sheet, and it was personalized just for Roshana Reveals, and it is quite beautiful. I'm glad I like it too.
I'm glad we're showing it off.
Because I would have talked about you if I did.
I know. But this is the Pounding the Pavement.
Okay, so we gotta.
Why are we indoors?
Why are we indoors?
Because it's hard to run 5 miles and talk at the same time.
Well, yeah, so this morning we did a 4-mile run, right? Our goal was, okay, so we were going back and forth with our whole goal this morning. 2 days ago, we said we were going to run 5 miles.
Yes, 5.5.
5.5, that's right, because we need to increase our mileage every week.
No.
Yes.
Every other Sunday.
Okay.
Because remember, I'm only off every other Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So we were trying to increase our mileage this Sunday to 5.5 miles. And then we had our family Thanksgiving gathering yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So we both got up yesterday morning and was like, we're not running at all. We're not running at all. Our bodies were sore. We did like a 30-minute stretch the day before. We didn't get any, well, he didn't get any sleep at all.
No.
So it was just a rest day for us. And then this morning we got up and I know that I was still fighting. Like I was fighting really, really badly. And I just wanted to lay in bed. For some reason, I had no desire to get up to do anything. I just wanted to lay in bed. But we got up.
Yeah, I was already up.
And so he was like, I'm already up, so are we going to do this or what? And I was like, all right, whatever. So we just said, okay, let's try to hit 3 miles, and then let's see how we feel after we hit our 3 miles, right?
Yeah.
So we hit our 3 miles, and then what did you say?
You feel good? You said, yeah. I said, let's keep going.
Right. So then we went 1 more extra mile, and then after that, it was like, all right, we got to,
Yeah, I was
you know,
done.
we got to wrap this up. So we did our 4 miles, and then you saw the introduction, and so we wanted to just cap it off, you know, talking about the end of November, what we're going to do for December. We wanted to show off our new space and our studio. I love it. The mister is talented. See, we have, I don't know if y'all can see the tabletop that well, but we have a new marble tabletop. The mister built a whole like bar-like, what is this, like bar, and painted it and put it together, and I absolutely love it, you guys. So thank you, hon.
You're welcome.
Anyway, okay, so the last Pounding the Pavement was in the month of, like the beginning of the month, and I talked about gaining 8 whole pounds for the month of October. So for the month of November, I had some health issues. And so trying to navigate those health issues, I only lost 1 pound total. So
But it's a loss.
Yeah, and started off the month pretty good, right? Because both of us were on track to losing weight, and we did. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we were
Yeah,
losing
overall,
a
yeah.
good amount of weight, but then health issues came, and then it's like we weighed ourselves on Saturday, and I just felt defeated. I just felt like, man, I'm trying so hard, trying so hard to turn this thing around, and yet here I am still struggling.
I think it's easy, especially for me, to get down on myself when I see that I gained some weight. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because I struggle with it my whole life. But I'm trying to change my mindset into understanding that it's a long war, you know, and you're gonna lose some battles, whether it be a week, a weekend, a bad day of eating. You felt depressed, and I go to food,
Yeah.
you know. But like you said, at the end of the month, you still lost 1 pound.
Mm-hmm.
So as your weight fluctuates, between water and everything else, as long as you didn't put on another 8 pounds and keep adding to what you gained last month and keep fighting to get it back down. I think as long as you get up every morning and do something for yourself, for your life, for your health, it's a positive regardless of how many bad things are going on. And more, to use your term, kudos to those who get up
Mm.
regardless of what's going on in their life.
Yeah.
Because it's easy when everything's going right. You know, everything's good and you're happy and your job's great. It's easier to get up, you know, and do something because things are positive and you're looking at the world in a positive way. But when things have you down and work and health and whatever, family, stress, I think even more props go to you for getting up and doing something for yourself to help your sanity, to help your mind, to help your body.
And it's not easy. A lot of people talk about like motivation being their driving factor. And I always say it's never about motivation because I know I'm not motivated every single day to get up and do half the things, that I do. It's more about dedication and making sure that I understand the reason why I'm doing the things that I'm doing and understand the importance of my why. And so I have to consistently remind myself of why I'm on this journey,
Yeah.
you know. And so that's what gets me up and going. And there are some days where I'm just like, I don't want to move. Like I don't want to do that. And then there are days where I give into that,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But as long as I don't give into that every day for like a week,
Yeah.
because then it's easier for me to just be like, all right,
Oh
then
yeah.
I'm done.
Listen, once you miss 2 or 3 days, you start building the habit of not getting up
Mm-hmm.
and doing those things. My thing, I was getting frustrated because I was not sleeping good for over a week.
Yeah.
I'd be up at 6:30 in the morning anyways, and then be like, "No, we're not going." Okay, and then
Mm-hmm.
trying to fall back asleep. I wasn't getting that sleep either, so I was waking up early to go run, not running, and not getting sleep. So it was like double whammies for me in the mornings. But like for me, my running is not soothing. I don't run for joy. I don't run because I'm trying to get to a marathon. I'm not even trying to do a 5K. I run simply to help me lose weight and be healthier. That's it. I have no desire to run. I have no desire to lift weights. I love playing sports. I'll play sports all day, but
Yeah.
that's not an exercise to me. Getting up in the morning to run is like one of the dumbest things people do to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a horrible idea. Whoever invented running as a sport, it's horrible. But it does help you lose weight. It helps your body move, and it makes you healthier. Whether it's a brisk walk, anything is better than nothing. But
Yeah.
to lose weight, I've had to run a lot, and I've been running a lot, and it's helped. It's worked. I can't knock it, but I my reward comes when the run's over. Like I don't run and be like, oh, my mind's clear and I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out here doing this. The sun's beautiful. I don't feel like that at all while I'm running. When I'm running, I put music on and I try to focus on the song and sing along with the song till I'm done. And when I'm done, I'm like, wow, I accomplished something because it's something that's hard for me. So I feel good about the accomplishment. I don't feel good about climbing the mountain. But when I get to the top of Everest, it's like, wow, I did it. Nobody enjoys the climb, at least in my point of view. I know that there's a lot of people out there that actually enjoy running, get a lot of benefits mentally, clear your mind, find a space where you zone everything out. That doesn't, that's not me.
Well, even like during our run this morning, in the beginning, I was like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing this? But then by like the third mile, I was like, okay, I can keep going, and even at the end of the run, when you were like, how do you feel? I was like, I could have kept going.
Yeah.
Like I could have kept running.
And for me, halfway through the run, I get so bored that I'm like, all right, let me see how fast I can run to the next stop corner or the next corner.
Yeah.
And then I'll pass you up, and then halfway down the next block, you're like,
because you do these little sprints, and you do
because
stuff
I get bored.
You do stuff for time, and I'm just like,
because I get bored.
I'm like, I don't care about the time. I care more about the distance. So if I'm taking my time, then I can go further. So that's what propels me forward.
And for me, the faster I run, the faster I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that on the shirt.
The faster you run, the faster you're done.
I what do you call that? Trademark that. Don't
copyright it. Yeah.
Copyright it. Yeah.
Can't.
Nobody steal my
Don't
idea.
steal. Don't steal the idea. It's great. Yeah. So
now you can't post this video until after I get my trademark.
Anyway, so last month I participated in Nicole Burgess's November challenge, and her November challenge included the first week. You drink. No. The first week there is the walk or run. So the first week of November, I did walk or run. Yeah, every single day. Okay, and then you had to increase the walk or the run.
Let me stop you for a second. Nicole, I don't know you.
Hush your mouth.
But I don't appreciate being dragged into these challenges every time they come up.
Well, listen, yes, I do try to drag him into the challenges that I do because it's good to have somebody.
I was very happy running 3 miles a day, and that was hard enough. And you're like, no, we got to increase every day.
That's right. That was the goal of the challenge. That's why it's called a challenge. You got to increase a little bit, even if it was like 0.01. That's an increase. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. So we did the walk or run challenge the first week of November. We were very successful in that. And then the 5-day ketosis challenge was the next week. I think I only found myself in ketosis like one day. And that's just something that I never really got into with this lifestyle.
Well,
I tried. Yeah, I tried. Not at the beginning. It wasn't at the beginning. It wasn't until a year into it. Okay. Yeah. It wasn't until a year later after I had, lost weight. Then I said, oh.
Because of who? Matt and Megan?
Matt and Megan, yes. Yeah. So from Keto Connect, they were testing their ketones and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, let me try to see if I get into ketosis. And how many times did I get
I don't even know that happened. I know it used to upset you, though.
It was upsetting me because I thought that's what you needed to do. I had to be in ketosis, but...
To be keto, yeah.
Right. But I was feeling good.
You were doing amazing.
My focus was like razor sharp. Yeah. I wasn't forgetting things that I would normally forget. I felt better health-wise, which is why I started this journey anyway. It was never to lose weight. I never saw myself as someone who needed to lose weight. I knew that after having Ilani, I felt bigger a little bit in the sense that I had ever felt in my life, but it wasn't something that I was like...
It wasn't like you felt you were fat.
Right, like I was like, oh my God, I gotta lose weight. Yeah. No. And then when people started commenting and saying, man, Brashana, you lost a lot of weight. Yeah. And finally I was like, why are people saying that I lost so much weight? They acted like I was like 400 pounds. Not to knock anybody that is 400 pounds that's on this journey or their own health journey doing their thing, but for me, I was like, I took it like as a personal affront. Like, these people are saying that I lost all this weight. But then I started looking back at pictures and I was like, holy crap, I was chunky, you know, and there is a significant difference.
You can see a difference.
Right. You can tell that there was a difference.
You weren't big, but you could see a difference.
Right. So, but that was never my intent.
Right.
You know, my intent was to figure out why I was sick,
right.
you know, all the time.
And not being able to eat and
right.
trying to find food that you could eat
right.
without having health issues.
Right. So being in ketosis was never like my first, you know what I'm saying, like thing. But then I started chasing it because it's like the big, it was like the big thing. It was like the word of the day. Like you had to be in ketosis in order for keto to work. But now I'm learning, you know, the way that I work out, you know, and the way that I eat, like I understand I'm not getting enough fat, so I have to make sure I get enough fat. But I'm burning, you know, all of these ketones by the runs, by the working out, by the, you know, the personal training and stuff. So it's just all about trying to
but I feel
find a
like
balance.
Even if you don't reach ketosis, you're benefiting from your lifestyle right now.
Yeah.
The changes that you made.
Yeah.
So for anybody, even if you're trying to do keto and you come off of it and you don't get in ketosis because you're constantly eating an extra piece of bread somewhere, you know, you're still doing better than you were. And if it's working for you, then keep striving, because I think as long as you're striving to be up here and, you know, you're down here, if you're here and you're striving to be here and you fall anywhere in between, it's way better than where you started.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what, remember we were talking about the goals and you're like, I'd rather set a goal so I can achieve it.
Yeah.
And then if I keep going, then I keep going. And I'm like, no, I'd rather set a real high goal. And if I don't, I'm still going to be okay because it was still better than what I was doing before.
Yeah. I get it. So then the third week was the Bring Sally Up challenge, and that was the squat version of the Bring Sally Up.
Who started that one? That's Nicole too?
That was Nicole. This was week 3. So of course I dragged him into the Bring Sally Up challenge, and it's a song that's called Bring Sally Up, and every time Sally went up, you stand up, and every time Sally went down, you squat. And then there was a couple of times in the song, I think 3 times we have to hold it at the bottom. So that was difficult, and it was supposed to be 7 days. We only did 5 because both of us have had knee surgeries, and because we were also running and stuff, you know, pounding that pavement is just too hard on your knees. So we did 5 days straight. Very happy. You dragged your family into the Bring Sally Up.
My family dragged me into it. You dragged me into it. I sent the video to my family, who said, "Oh, this is a great idea. Let's do it for the whole month."
Yeah.
They did it like 4 times each.
And that was no more Bring Sally Up. No more Bring.
And they were skipping days in between.
So the last week of November, leading up to Thanksgiving, was a 3-day egg fast. I knew that I was not in the right frame of mind to do it, and because I was like sick, it just wouldn't have worked for me. You know, so I skipped that whole 3-day egg fast challenge. I've never desired to do an egg.
You just eat eggs for the whole week?
You eat eggs and cheese, and I think you can have cream cheese. But yeah, you it's just egg, cheese, and cream cheese that you can have. And a lot of people do it for 3 days. I've heard some people do it for 5 days, 7 days.
I like eggs, but not like that. Not to that.
But you can have like scrambled eggs, hard-boiled eggs.
I understand the different ways to cook eggs. I'm just saying. I can have one of those different ways for breakfast every day, but not breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Throughout the entire day. And for me, it just wasn't something that I felt like doing. It wasn't something that I could wrap my head around doing. So I just chose, you know, because I wasn't feeling well. I chose to, you know, skip that week. But now we're in December. We have a new month with new goals. Okay, so my goal for this month is to drink more water. I know that was also a goal for last month. I told you guys that I was going to actually do a gallon a day. I did not do a gallon a day. I tried to make my goal 84 ounces a day. And I did that for the most part. I might have not hit that goal maybe 3 or 4 times. But I'm still proud of myself because I went from like 0 to 84 ounces almost every single day. But in prepping for 75 hard, which I'm starting January the 4th, one of the rules is that you have to drink a gallon of water a day. So
that's a lot of water for somebody as small as you. It really is.
There are 2 schools of thought. Yeah, there's 2 schools of thought about drinking a gallon of water as opposed to half your weight in in ounces, but I think because of the nature of my training and stuff, you know, I think a gallon of water is more on the side that I should be. Maybe I really don't know. I'm not a health expert. I really don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend. But for these 75 days, I am going to do a gallon a day and see how that works, you know.
More power to you.
Thank you. So we have a new December challenge. Thank you, Nicole. And I'm not dragging you into the December challenge. So the December challenge this week, it starts today, November 30th, and it's to read 10 pages a day every day for 7 days. That's because on 75 Hard, you have to read 10 pages a day for 75 days. So it's like a little prep, you know, to get you ready for the challenge that starts in January. And then next week is a freezer / pantry challenge. So you're not going to go to the store and purchase or go grocery shopping, you know, during this week. You're going to utilize what is in your freezer and your pantry to eat. Now, you can go to the store and get fresh produce. You can get, you know, eggs. You can get fruit, you know, if you run out of those things. But meat, if we have it, and we have 2 deep freezers.
I know. I'm wondering why it took a challenge to get us to clean out the deep freezers. That's all I'm wondering.
We've been, hon, you're gonna sit up here and try to make these people believe that we don't utilize the meat in our deep freezers?
I'm not saying we don't. I'm just saying we can survive off the food in the deep freezers for like a month straight.
Oh yeah.
That's how much meat we have.
We have 2 deep freezers full of meat, y'all. We ain't playing around here. So, okay, so that's week 2. And then week 3 is a Bring Sally Up challenge, but it has to do with your abs.
Oh, it's the legs, right?
I think it's a sit-up. It's a sit-up one.
Oh.
So I struggle with my core. My core is where I feel like I am the least happy. And so, you know, I think doing this challenge is going to be hard, but I'm going to do it because I want to work on my core, my stomach. You know, I really do want a better looking stomach. And then week 4 is Christmas keto. So Christmas is during that week, and you have to stay keto-fied the entire week, even on Christmas Day. I don't know if I'm gonna participate in that challenge because January 4th is 75 Hard, and I don't know how I feel about limiting myself for Christmas Day, because I think that's going to be the last day that I have before going on this challenge where I'm not coming off.
But with the plans for Christmas, we probably can't.
Well, yeah, we did. Like, we're having a Christmas breakfast instead of the traditional Christmas lunch and dinner. So breakfast foods are pretty
easier to stick.
But then what are we going to eat for the rest of the day?
The leftovers
from breakfast.
The egg challenge.
And so then the last week of December is a try something new challenge. So it can be whatever. It could be a new food. It could be reading a new book. It can be doing a new exercise that you've never done before. But for 7 days, you're just going to try something new. So that should be interesting. So I'm going to participate in the December challenge as much as I can. And I'm only saying that because of the Christmas keto week. I'm just keeping it real, y'all. I don't know right now, but we will see. And I'm not dragging you in it with me.
No, but I'd rather you be honest and be like, I don't know, than be like, yeah, I'm going to do it, and then lie about it when you don't do it.
Well, I don't lie about stuff.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Okay. But there's people do.
Oh, yeah,
there's
a lot of those are other people,
you know, social medias, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I have to be
your best fake life.
No, I have to be true to me and my word and what my mission is and what I'm trying to accomplish. So you know how I feel about lying and all that craziness. So that's the goal for December. Both of us are still on our health journey. I'm proud of you, babe, because you are like killing it, you know, and you look good. Not that
I'm getting there.
You know, weren't looking good before, but you know.
Well, there was a lot more of me to look good before.
And, you know.
A lot more of me to look good before.
But, you know, you're on your own low carb. You know, he's not necessarily keto. He's low carb. So that journey.
On a be healthier journey.
That journey is working really, really well for you. And so I'm very, very proud of you. And, you know, thanks for,
It's working.
you know, sticking with me when I'm dragging you and stuff. And
Yeah, I mean, it benefits me too. It's just, you know, I like to have a say in stuff.
you don't feel like you have a say in
Not
stuff?
sometimes. Because I'm not because I'm not like an exercise person. So when you have these things and they're like, oh, come do it, you know, let's go for a run. Oh, I got to increase. I'm not gonna be like, okay, well, you go. And I mean, I have said that, but
yes,
I'm not gonna do that every day.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do that every day. You know, I'm gonna try. So.
Well, and that's all I say is like, as long as you try, and that's all that matters, you know. And at least for me, you know, as long as people try,
I think
as long
success
as you
is
guys
different
try.
for everybody, and that's you know. First of all, my opinion on success is happiness. You know, that's when you're successful. So whether you're happier losing weight, whether you're happier just being healthy, whether you're happier dancing in the rain, you know, whatever you want to do, if it helps you bring you closer to happiness, then you're successful. So even if you don't make 5 miles a day or 1 mile a day, if you're walking and you feel better about yourself, then you're successful.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't compare yourself to other people's success or what you see other people doing. You know, everybody has their own success and what's good for you and what works for you, and you can't constantly compare yourself to other people and what they're doing. You know, although it is fun to have people doing things with you because you get to share in those experiences, but you shouldn't base your success on what they were able to do and not what you were unable to do. You know. And
speaking of shared experiences, like last month we did a WAC Fam Nike run challenge of 50 miles. So I did accomplish those 50 miles, y'all. What did I do? 63.1 miles or something. I don't remember the exact number, but I did 63 miles for the month of November. So December is only 30 miles, which is essentially 1 mile a day. Probably less because there's 31 miles.
My goal for December is to hit 50.
Oh, just because the goal is 30 doesn't mean I'm stopping at 30.
I know you're not. You're going to do 30 in like the first 2 weeks. My goal for December is 50 because that's a lot for me.
No, and it should be challenging. You know, I agree with that. So I'm not gonna stop at 30. I think I'm gonna just do as much as I can. Like for me, I don't have a number in mind for December
because you run a lot. Period. So
or walk. We do take
just
some
to put the miles. But for me, I think 50 is a good number to try to reach.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to bring down my time from last month.
Oh,
don't do that. That's how I feel every time you say you want to run fast.
Y'all, what was that day? Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? He had me. I told him to set the pace for 1 mile, right?
Oh, just
because remember when you were like, we're gonna do 1 mile and we're gonna go like hard for this 1 mile, and I was like, all right, babe, set the pace. And what was our pace? Was it 9 minutes?
9:05, 9:07, something like that.
Last week you did it also.
3 miles.
It was 3 miles, and we did a 10-minute mile, right? For 3 straight miles. Y'all, I'm over here huffing and puffing like, what is going on? Like, I felt like I couldn't catch my breath. I felt like I was literally in a time zone, or what is it called? The Twilight Zone. Remember the Twilight Zone? I thought I was in the Twilight Zone. And then after we finished the 3-mile run, you were like, oh, we did it in 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, no wonder. Like, you were really setting the pace then, too. Right? You left me, and I was, like, trying to catch up. Y'all, I was trying to catch up with him. But I'm proud of myself because I stayed the course for 3 miles straight because I'm so used to doing distance instead of time. So you want to lessen your time?
For 5 miles, yeah.
So this morning we did an 11. What did we do? Like 11:11?
11 something. Yeah.
It was 11:11. There y'all go. 11:11. Look it up if y'all don't know what it means. So it was 11:11. So you want to do less than 11 miles for 5, or less than an 11-minute mile for 5 miles straight?
Eventually I want to be down to a 10-minute mile, no matter how much I'm running.
Oh, God.
If I could do it for 3, I should be able to get it to 5.
Look, you got some big goals, babe, and I'm proud of you.
I gotta keep pushing myself, otherwise I get bored.
Yeah. And that's all. That's what it's about. Just continuing to press
find
forward.
What gets you going?
Yeah, find what works for you. You know, couldn't go to the gym at all. So what did we do? We looked at YouTube videos. Mad Fit. That's our girl.
She's a beast.
She does
that
these.
That lady is ridiculous.
Like, you see the title, okay, 15-minute upper body, and you're thinking, okay, 15 minutes is nothing. But once you do those workouts, she is no joke. She is very intense, and she will have you like huffing and puffing.
There's very little break in between, so
right.
You get like 30-second breaks.
Right. So we try to do like her workouts like twice, like 2 rounds of it, and it's hard. It's not easy. And even the beginner, we did a beginner stretch on Saturday.
Listen, that's the most flexible lady I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Besides those contortionists on magician shows.
She's good, but
she don't struggle for nothing.
It's probably years of practice.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
Yeah,
but
and so when you can't do your normal routine, find a way to do something different. Find a way to knock it out of the park. Just don't sit there and be defeated. Y'all can do it. If we can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah, and so listen, we are going into the month of December with some goals, some new goals. I'm gonna knock out these pounds, that I know I've gained, and we're gonna complete this fast. We're currently in the middle of a 3-day fast?
3 days for me. You said you're cutting it short.
I said I wanted to do 65 hours. The Mister is doing 72 hours. So we're going to see how long. We started yesterday. Last night we started our fast. So we're going to see how long we go. And it's a dirty fast, y'all. It's not a clean fast at all. It's not just water only.
No.
Water
and protein shakes for me.
Yes, you're doing protein shakes. I'm doing protein shakes and a coffee. I have to make sure I have my coffee, but we're keeping it under 500. And there are reasons that we are doing it. It's for health related. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, just drink water. That's better for you and that's beneficial. But there are some other things tied into it, and that's why we're choosing to do a dirty fast.
Plus, we're still working out and running. It's not.
Yeah, and it's not like 5 push-ups we're doing. We're actually pushing ourselves. So we are doing a dirty fast because of those reasons. So we're doing 3-day dirty fast. We're trying to lose this weight for the month of December, and hopefully we come back and we say we knocked it out of the park. But we know that there will be some challenges, but we're up for it, and game on, y'all. So thank you guys for joining us. Was there anything you wanted to say?
No. This was a long episode of Pounding the Pavement.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining me on this episode of Pounding the Pavement. Make sure you have your notification bells on. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And keep rocking with me, you guys. I really enjoy your comments. I enjoy the fact that you guys are enjoying this series and my channel. Thank you guys so much for continuing to ride with me. I hope that you guys always come back so you find out what Rashana is going to reveal next.
Wait, does this mean I'm not on Really Baby anymore?
Do you want to be on Really Baby? Because you see, it's like if it's too long,
No,
it's too long.
Pounding the Pavement.